Hello, class. My name's Jacob Bishop. Most people call me Jake, but today I'm doing my presentation on the Colorado Equal Pay for Equal Act. So let's get right into it here. So what exactly is it? I mean, to put it simply, it's really it's an action to help address pay disparities, depending on where you look. But a lot of places show that there is pay disparities happening, and a lot of them are affecting women and minorities. And so this really is an action to help address those issues. The act essentially covers all employees in the state of Colorado. There are some federal laws that protect everyone in the U.S., of course, but such as the what was it, the Equal Pay Act and Title VII, which kind of helps, you know, it protects all different types of discrimination in the workplace. But this is really, for lack of better words, in addition to those federal laws for the state of Colorado. And the act applies to all Colorado employers with at least one employee. Really, the major details of this act is that they're targeting and preventing wage discrimination. They're allowing employees to take legal actions when it's happening, and also providing economic damages in the event of a violation. And then they're giving parameters, for employers to follow to really increase transparency in pay. And we'll get more into those as we go. So what employers and employees need to know is that the act protects everyone. Um, if an employee feels they are a victim of pay disparity, they have the legal right to take action. And so they really need to know the same things, these employers. I mean, employees need to know, the employers need to know what not to do and what to do. And these employees need to know, those same things. And so they can protect themselves and take legal action if needs be. And so employers cannot ask employees about their wage history anymore. They can't ask what they were paid in the past. Employers are protected. Employees are protected when talking about wages. And so employers can no longer ask employees not to talk about wages with other employees. Salaries must be posted on job postings now. So when someone comes in for an interview, they need to know, what the job pays and what they should expect to be paid if they get the job. And so your employer is also required to be transparent in opportunities for advancement and promotion to all. So how can pay discrimination be proven? If you feel like it's happening in your workplace. Well, so there's a few things you need to prove that aren't affecting the difference in pay, because employers do have things in systems that can affect, the difference in pay. Such as a seniority system, a merit system, a system that measures earnings by quantity or quality, such as sales positions, the geographic location where the work is performed. So if someone lives in California and someone lives, in the South, and there's a huge cost of living difference, and so that probably is a fair difference in pay for those two different individuals. Education, training, or experience. So if someone has 25 years of experience and you're fresh out of college, or if the other person has a master's degree, I mean, these are just fair differences in pay if these are the situations. And travel, if travels, if one employee is traveling a lot more than the other, that probably, you know, makes a fair difference in pay. So, but if you're able to prove these things, that these aren't the things that are your difference in pay, then you have a case. And that's what you got to do. And so if you have a case, how does an employee address it, right? And so first is to review your employee's policies, making sure they're following the laws and guidelines set, such as the guidelines in this new law in Colorado. And then you're going to gather relevant documents that you need to gather your proof, right? And then once you do that, I mean, you're going to file, probably the best thing to do is file an internal complaint to your boss or to HR, and see if you can settle things internally. And then if you're part of a union, you probably want to bring it to their attention. I mean, they're going to have resources to help you in your actions. If coworkers are experiencing or seeing the same things, involve them, take collective action, the more the better. And if it becomes necessary, take legal action. This law allows it for that to happen. So take advantage of it if it needs be. And so because legal action is now, can now be taken, employers need to be responsible, to comply with these new laws. And they really just need to communicate and be transparent is what they need to be. And what they need to know is what things we talked about, really being transparent, on their wages, You know, and they need to be required to announce opportunities for promotion advancement, asking employees about their pay history, ask them not to talk about their pay. They can no longer do those things. So they just really need to communicate better about their pay systems and be transparent about it. Now they need to keep records to be kept for records of wage rate and job description from current and past employees to kind of show that pay disparity isn't happening. So are small businesses more vulnerable under this law? Well, in general, most business related laws do affect small businesses more in general. But for this specific one, I mean, small businesses, more than likely don't have HR departments. And so usually the owners deal with HR related items. And so as you can see, a lot of, business owners, they have a lot on their plate already. So now you add these new compliances and new rules. I mean, there's chances that things fall through the cracks. When things fall through the cracks, you have a more opportunity to, face legal actions now. So yes, small businesses can be more vulnerable just due to, the lack of help that, owners have. So how do they avoid it though? I mean, I think it's pretty simple. It's follow the guidelines. The guidelines are pretty flat. They flat out tell you in the law itself, and they're pretty self-explanatory. And as long as you follow those, you're going to protect yourself from pay discrimination and being stuck in a lawsuit. And so just follow the guidelines they set, and then everything should take care of itself if you do that. That's all I got for today. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening, and y'all have a great day.